Hey there and welcome. Today, we're diving into something really cool, a powerful way to bring stories to life. We're talking about how to transform simple words on a page into experiences we can actually see, hear, and feel. We're talking about the magic of drama. I mean, have you ever been so into a book that you just wished you could see it all happen right in front of you? Hear the characters' real voices, feel the tension in the room? That desire to close the gap between just reading and actually experiencing a story, well, that's exactly what we're going to explore.
And that's the key, isn't it? A book might say she was sad. Okay. But drama shows us her shoulders slumping. It lets us hear the crack in her voice. It reveals this whole world of emotion that plain text just can't always capture by itself.
So what's the solution? Well, it's this fantastic thing called drama. A drama, or a play, it's not just a story that's meant to be read quietly. Think of it more like a blueprint for a story that's designed to be performed, to be seen and heard, and really felt by an audience. This gets us to the absolute core of what drama is. It is all about action. It's the ultimate show, don't tell. Instead of just telling you someone is brave, drama puts them right there on a stage and shows them taking a step forward when everybody else is stepping back. You see the bravery. So, to really get how this all works, we kind of need to learn the secret language of plays. These are the essential building blocks that every playwright uses to make their stories come alive. First up is dialogue. It's pretty straightforward. It's the words the characters actually speak to each other. But it's so much more than just a conversation. Dialogue is how we get a direct line into a character's personality, their inner thoughts, and their deepest feelings. Next, we've got stage directions. Now, these are like the playwright's secret notes to the actors. You'll usually see them in parentheses, and they tell us how something is said or what a character is physically doing. These are the hidden clues that reveal all the emotions that are bubbling just under the surface of the words. Plays are also organized in a pretty clear way. A scene is basically like a chapter in a book. It's one small piece of the story. Then, you put a few scenes together, and that makes up an act. Most plays will use 2 or 3 acts to give us that familiar rhythm, a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Okay, so we've got the building blocks down. Now let's put them to the test. How about a quick little game to see how they work in the real world?
All right, first example up. Let's play drama or not. I'll read it out. Jonah holding his nose. I really don't want to go there. So, what do you think? Yes, absolutely. This is a perfect example. We've got the character, Jonah, we've got his dialogue, and, this is the key, we have that stage direction, holding his nose. We don't just know he dislikes the place, we know exactly why. He thinks it stinks.
Ready for round 2? Here it is. The lion watched the sunrise over the quiet grasslands.
Is this drama? Nope. This is beautiful writing for sure, but it's not drama. It's narrative description, the kind of thing you'd read in a storybook. It's telling us what's happening, but it's not written for a character to actually get up and act out. Fantastic. Now let's look at a real scene from a play called The Decision. Mom, Jordan, have you seen your science project? Jordan, it's not finished. Angela, grinning. You had 2 weeks. Mom, firmly, today's the day you need to make a wise choice. Finish now or explain it to your teacher. Then it says, Jordan looks down at the messy counter and sighs. I guess it's time to stop stalling. Okay, so let's break this down. Take a look at Jordan's stage directions when he speaks nervously, and then later he looks down and sighs. What does that tell us? It shows he's not just behind on his project. He's anxious, he feels guilty, and he's probably feeling totally overwhelmed. See how much information is packed into those little notes? And what's the real problem here? The conflict, it isn't just about a science project, is it? It's about responsibility. It's that struggle between Jordan's choice to procrastinate and the consequences he now has to deal with. That right there is the heart of this story. Analyzing a scene like this isn't just some school exercise. It's actually practice for understanding something way bigger. Because the way we unpack conflict and choices in a play is the exact same way we can learn to understand life itself. There's this piece of ancient wisdom that says, above all else, we should try to get understanding. And drama is such a powerful tool for that. It lets us safely step into someone else's shoes, see the world from their point of view, and understand the consequences of choices before we ever have to make them ourselves. And here's a fascinating little connection for you. This method of teaching, it isn't new at all. Many of Jesus' parables are actually structured just like little plays. I mean, think about the story of the prodigal son. It's all dialogue and character choices and consequences. It's teaching a powerful truth through action. So this is how drama becomes this incredible teacher of wisdom. We watch a character at a crossroads and they make a choice. Then we get to see the consequences play out, the good or the bad that follows. This whole process builds a really clear link in our minds between an action and its result. And that understanding, that's the foundation of wisdom. Ultimately, this is why it all matters. Being smart is great, but that's not the whole picture. The real goal is to be wise. Because what good is a bunch of knowledge if we keep making choices that hurt ourselves and the people around us? Real education has to be connected to good character.
And there's a real benefit to this kind of thinking. When we train our minds to focus on understanding others, on seeing the good and true motivations behind their actions and stories, it starts to bring a certain clarity and peace into our own lives as well.
So let's just sum it all up. When we just read a story, we learn what happened. But when we experience a story through drama, we get something so much deeper. We begin to understand why it happened. We see the motivations, the emotions, and the choices that are really pushing the story forward.
And that leaves us with a challenge. Think about a character in a story, or maybe even a person in your own life. What's a choice they made that you can try to understand more deeply today? Thanks so much for exploring the power of drama with us.